Step 1, don't take breaks. Do not do anything at all other than the thing you are working on. Keep doing that and never feel tired. Step 2, don't go outside. Don't acknowledge your friends that want you to hang out. Stay indoors, do your work, and forget that the world around you is moving. Number 3, forget to take care of yourself. Go to bed late, exercise less, go outside less again, and sit in the same seat doing your work over and over again. Anyways, welcome back to Self-Improvement Sunday, number 4. So today, how did I improve? Well, I'm going to say I acknowledge the fact that I am a little burnt out right now and that I need to relax and take care of myself this week. I spent a lot of time last week building up a website, and I've been sleeping. Remember last week I said I'd sleep at like before 12 every week. That happened twice. I did sleep like 8 hours most days. I think like towards Thursday and Friday it got a little bit worse because I was working on the project like day and night. Yeah. So I'll just give a big rundown of my week. So Monday I actually hung out with some friends. So I did a good job on that. Tuesday and Wednesday I was studying for my midterm. So I got that done. I did a lot of that. And then I did a little bit of work on my my personal project, my website after that. On both of those days I slept before around like 12ish both of those days, or like 11:30. And then Thursday was the exam. The exam was pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty chill. So I was like, all right, phew, I'm done with this shit. But had a little bit of grind time, and then I went to go eat dinner with my friend. And then after that, I sat in my room from like Thursday 7 p.m. to like 1 or 2 a.m. Friday was at home all day grinding this shit out. And then Saturday, I went to the library to study with my friend and grind. And you know what? That's okay too. It was definitely a lot. I was up till like 2 a.m. yesterday, or this morning, getting the website out and hosted. So everything's done. There were a couple bugs I had to catch too, but I think I definitely learned a lot. But I am very, very tired of the web dev software grind right now. Definitely glad that I got it done, and it's not like something that I was like, oh, I'm going to get this done and just like, okay, I'll be done with it. But it's like I set myself this deadline and I really wanted to hit it, I guess. So I think the reason why it feels a little bit burnt out at this point is because I am really laser focused on my goal. But that's like the good thing. I think the downside to that is that I did focus on myself a little bit less, and that's something that I do want to focus more on this week and not just say it, but we're actually going to do it this time. So I think right now I'm just going to start with baby steps, like sleeping early now, because I've gotten like sleeping 8 hours down. I've been sleeping like 8 hours every day, but it's not consistent. I want to sleep better, and it's something I've emphasized before, but I need to actually fix that and put it into action. Yeah. Oh, also on Friday I was like watching like Narcos for 2 hours because I was so dead, bro. I was so dead inside. Oh God, you had a little Netflix binge session, but yeah, I remember to take care of myself a little bit by exercising, and that's okay. That's the bare minimum I've set for myself. But again, I'm really glad that I was dedicated to finish this project myself, but also like taking a step back and reflecting, I probably didn't need to spend all that time on it. I think it's good to experience it every once in a while, but it's cost me a little bit, just like mentally, where I am a little bit tired, and that's all I've been thinking about every day. So I'm kind of in this limbo state right now where I'm like, I am feeling like the impact of burnout, but I'm also like, I still feel like the gears in my head are still moving a little bit, just because I'm like motivated because I've gotten this done. So that's a good thing. That's basically my whole week. And then Sunday I also hung out with some friends. Oh yeah, today I'm gonna go hang out with a friend. I'm gonna go relax. I'm gonna go watch some I'll watch some Gossip Girl or something. We'll figure it out. I need to do anything but code or think about studying anything for a day. Um, sometimes you need to think about nothing in order to do something the next day. Terrible advice, but point being that sometimes you want to switch it up. You don't want to fall into the same habits of doing, I guess, the same thing over and over again. I find that whenever I stick with a certain habit for a very, very long time, it becomes a part of me. And usually it's a good habit, but there are bad habits too. And usually with bad habits, you notice them and then you're like, they start to cost you in some way, shape, or form. And sometimes you want to play around with breaking those bad habits and switching it up so you don't fall into a potentially worse lifestyle. Okay. Rants over about burning out for now. We'll see we'll see where I'm at next week. So, next steps, I guess. What do I want to do? Yeah, next week, right? Relax a little bit more and go back to calling some friends that I, am not physically able to see sometimes. And I think I'll take it a little bit easier, as I said last week, but I didn't. Oh my god, this is just what a workaholic is like the whole time. This is what a workaholic is like. But I will not become a workaholic next week. I will study hard because I still have class. But I will remember to do things that I find fun, such as playing piano, reading a book, calling a friend, sitting on the TV, and remembering to tell yourself it's okay to shut off your brain, because if you shut off your brain in the right way, I suppose, not by doing things that make your brain feel more tired than it was going in. Like for me, that's like scrolling. It's not the same way for everyone. I'm sure it definitely works for some people, and I know friends that do that, and they're fine. But yeah, for me, it's touching grass, going outside, and just chilling. All right, let me check my screen time real quick though. Actually, this is actually fire chat. Oh. Let's see, what's my screen time average last week? 1 hour 11 minutes, guys. 1 hour 11 minutes. Crazy work. I think a couple weeks ago it was like 1.5 hours, 2 hours. So yeah, okay, if we talk computer screen time, it's a lot different, but time spent on my phone was mainly just messaging people, talking to friends. I think that's still important. Don't forget not to shut people out, because that's very important. As a human, we need to talk with other people in order to develop and not feel like garbage. And talking to people is a skill that I worked on less this week. I will admit that, and I think admitting to your faults is also a very good skill in order to get better. And you need to learn how to address that, how to think about it, and at the end of the day, say, okay, I fucked up. How do I move forward? Or, okay, this is becoming a problem. How do I fix it? Right? You want to fix the problem when you notice it, and not when it just becomes worse and more difficult to approach. So I think that's something I will do with the workaholism today and this week. We'll see where I'm at next week. And I will, again, I'm gonna comment when I go to bed today, actually, too, just to keep myself accountable, because last week I went to bed at 11:50 when I said I'd go to bed at 11. So I'm gonna keep doing that until I go to bed before 11. Which probably, I don't know, we'll see. I'll keep an open mind. I'll say I can do it. And then one of these times I will actually do it. And then I'll pat myself on the back. I'll be like, let's go. So, again, thanks for tuning in. This is week 4 of Self Improvement Sunday. I will see y'all next week. Peace.